ARIA'S TikTok didn't start with a goofy challenge or a dance trend. It started with fear. Real, uncontrolled fear. ARIA posted only 2 videos before she vanished from TikTok, and both are the kind of footage that leaves a stain on your mind. The first one is simple, raw, and horrifying. ARIA is sprinting down a hotel hallway at full speed, screaming like something is right behind her. There's no build-up, no setup, just pure, primal fear. The next day, she uploads the extended version, and that's where everything gets real. It starts calm, too calm. She's walking down the hallway, filming sideways, pretending to be on a FaceTime call. She's whispering, acting casual, like she's trying to make someone nearby think she isn't recording. And then it hits. Her breathing changes. Her pace quickens. She glances behind her, and right there, something snaps inside her. She breaks into a dead sprint, like she suddenly knows she's not alone. Her caption sends chills. I pretended to be on FT so they'd leave me alone, but then I heard running, so I ran. But here's the problem. Freeze frame the moment she looks back, and the hallway behind her is empty, utterly empty. And that's when a man named Tony recognizes the hallway, because he works at that hotel. He pulls the security footage, and the truth is somehow worse than the TikTok. ARIA is sprinting down the hallway in full terror, but the cameras show no one chasing her. Nothing. She leaps into the elevator, slams the buttons, and then does something eerily childlike. She presses herself into the corner, hiding her face like she's trying to disappear. The elevator doors glitch and refuse to close. She panics and bolts out, and the instant she steps away, the elevator shuts normally.
And the elevator door is not even closing. Like she playing hide and seek or something.
Tony and a co-worker go to check her room. What they find looks like a scene left behind by someone fleeing for their life.
It's like all my stuff is just left here. It's crazy.
Clothes everywhere, drawers yanked open, personal items tossed around like someone ransacked the place in a hurry. Her bag is still neatly packed on the bed, as if she intended to leave and never got the chance. Then they open the bathroom. On the floor is a door popping wire, the kind thieves use to break into rooms. It didn't belong to her. And hotel staff don't use tools like this. Someone, or something, was trying to get inside her room. But here's the part no one can explain. The hall cameras show nobody near her, nobody following her, nobody entering her floor, no one fleeing afterward. Whatever chased her, whatever she heard running behind her, whatever forced the elevator to glitch and hold its doors open, the cameras didn't catch it. ARIA hasn't posted since. No updates, no explanation. This next video comes from a Saudi man who regularly camps alone in the desert, something that's completely normal in that region. People go out to relax, cook, and spend the night far away from the city. But during one of these trips, he records something that many in the Arabian world immediately recognize. While filming the empty desert at night, a strange light appears in the distance. It flickers, hovers, and moves in a way that doesn't resemble a vehicle, a drone, or a campfire. According to local folklore, this phenomenon is known as Abu Fanous, a type of jinn said to appear as a floating lantern-like light in the desert. In Islamic and Arabian folklore, jinn are believed to live alongside humans, often inhabiting abandoned places, ruins, and vast open deserts. Abu Fanous is described as one of the more deceptive types, known for luring travelers by appearing as a distant light, drawing them farther away from safety.
شيء اسود هناك نازل من الضلع. هو جني. في عمدون.
فينا.
شنو وين بتعشى؟
بيرة. بعدين تعشى.
بيرة كحول وبدون كحول.
بيرة بدون كحول.
انزل التيك توك.
In another video recorded on a different night, the man is once again camping when the light appears, but this time it's closer, much closer. As he films, the glowing figure seems to approach his camp rather than staying in the distance. The movement is slow, deliberate, and steady, as if whatever it is has noticed him. What makes these clips unsettling is how closely they match descriptions passed down for generations. Long before modern cameras existed, travelers told stories of mysterious lights in the desert that would move, disappear, and sometimes follow people who acknowledged them. In many Islamic teachings, it's advised not to call out to such lights, not to chase them, and not to engage, as doing so is believed to invite harm or misdirection. Skeptics argue that these lights could be explained as distant fires, atmospheric reflections, or optical illusions made worse by heat and darkness. But supporters of the folklore point out that the movement, timing, and behavior don't always align with natural explanations, especially when the light appears to respond to a person's presence. Whether this man encountered a rare natural phenomenon or something deeply rooted in ancient belief, the footage taps into a fear that's existed in desert cultures for centuries. Out there, far from cities, far from witnesses, and surrounded by silence. Not everything that glows is meant to be followed. Let me take you into this one slowly, because it's easily one of the most unsettling cave encounters ever uploaded. A man from the YouTube channel, The Highway 9, posted a video back in 2017. He was hiking with his dog when he noticed a narrow opening in the rock, a cave he'd never seen before. Nothing marked it. No signs, no trails, just a slit in the earth big enough to squeeze through. Inside, it went deeper and deeper. Multiple chambers, tight walls, low ceilings, the kind of place where every breath echoes back at you twice. At first, it's harmless. A few bats shifting on the ceiling, dust falling from the stone. Just a guy exploring a cave that probably hasn't seen a human in decades. But the deeper he goes, the heavier the air feels. His dog starts getting uneasy, tail down, ears back, and something about the way the tunnel narrows feels wrong.
Misty.
anything about this, Misty. Keep looking. Stay behind me. What the fuck is that? Oh shit! Go. Come on, Missy. Come on, Missy.
At the very end of the cave, he isn't alone. There's a figure standing dead center in the last chamber. Tall, motionless, human-shaped but completely unnatural. Draped in a long black cloak, the kind you only see in ritual clothing or old European witch attire. And hanging from under the hood is this long, grey, wiry hair. It doesn't move. It doesn't flinch. It just stands there, staring straight at him. He doesn't wait to find out more. He bolts, and the figure never follows. It simply lets him leave. But here's the part people overlook. There's folklore that fits this perfectly. In Appalachian and European mountain lore, there's an entity known as a watcher or cave witch, a spirit that inhabits abandoned mines, caverns, or underground tunnels. They're described almost exactly like what he saw. Tall, human shape, cloaked gray hair, motionless until you move first, and most importantly, they don't chase unless you trespass past a certain point, cross their threshold, disturb their space, or try to confront them, and then they act. But if you enter, see them, and retreat, they let you go, not out of kindness, but because in that folklore, the Watcher's only purpose is to guard, not hunt. They stand, they observe, they warn, and him turning around and fleeing might have been the only correct move he could have made. Some caves aren't empty, some caves are claimed, and sometimes the thing claiming them is willing to let you walk out alive once. A TikTok user named Sid Lane was renting an Airbnb when her dog started behaving strangely. Every time he approached the staircase leading to the upper floor, he'd freeze, completely still, staring up the steps like something was standing there, waiting. At first, Sid brushed it off, but it kept happening, again and again. Then she realized something unsettling. There's a locked door beneath the staircase, a room she had no access to, no key for, and no explanation from the owner. And her dog always stopped right above it. A few days later, things escalated. Sid came home, and her dog immediately ran to the stairs and locked up in that same position. As she walked past the bedroom, she saw the bead curtain swaying gently, as if someone had just walked through it. As she was filming, something else caught her ear. Footsteps coming up the stairs behind her dog. She whips the camera around, and that's when it happens. In another video, she turns on the light to the locked room under the stairs. The switch is outside, so she slides her phone under the door, hoping to catch a glimpse of whatever's down there. She doesn't see much until she pulls the phone back one last time. The door handle jiggles, clear as day, but her hand is nowhere near it, and it gets worse. On a later attempt, she slides her phone under the door again, except this time, the next day, she records herself bringing the homeowner over to unlock the basement door.
Things from coming underneath my house. That's it. I'm out of here. Under the door. Okay, well, door too, it's creepy. Yeah. Thank you.
When the owner finally retrieves the phone, viewers notice something Sid didn't mention. Deep scratch marks on the inside of the door. Something in that locked room had been trying to get out. Sid posts one last video before leaving the Airbnb for good. She films the basement, relieved that nothing else happens. But viewers point out something she completely overlooked. Far in the back of the basement, there's another door. One she never opened, one she never even mentioned, and nobody knows what was behind it. Drop your theory in the comments, because until someone opens that door, we have no idea what was waiting in the dark. This next exploration comes from Yusuf Ahmadi, a creator who was tipped off by a supporter about a strange, decaying property plastered in ominous symbols. He'd tried documenting it before, but every attempt ended the same way. Someone calling the police, shutting him down before he could see what was actually inside. This time he returns with a friend, determined to find out why this abandoned house seems so protected. They hop the stone fence and work their way around the outside. At the back, they spot an open window frame. Inside that room, splashed on the far wall in bold red, is a large number 6. Right above that same room is a window on the second floor. As they're examining the area, something drops from that upper window, loud enough to pull their attention upward. The wall has the red 6, and now they notice something else. The door inside the room is sealed with 6 nails. That's when the pattern becomes too hard to ignore. Next to the window frame sits a small 3-step ladder, and on the ladder, they notice what looks like blood, bright red. They don't know if it's fresh, staged, or something else entirely. But whatever it is, it immediately spikes their adrenaline. The ledge leading into the room appears to have the same red substance smeared across it. Yusuf climbs the ladder just enough to look inside, and that's when everything collapses into panic.
Oh, is that blood?
Show me your pop on it.
Is that blood? Fuck.
Inside the room, he sees what appears to be a body under a white sheet, the fabric stained with the same red substance. Survival instinct takes over. He bolts. As he runs across the yard, heart in his throat, he looks to his left and sees what he believes is another figure hanging from a tree. He and his friend sprint out of the property with zero intention of turning back. Once they reach a safe distance, they call the police and report exactly what they saw. Officers arrive on the scene and the video ends there, the mystery unresolved, the truth locked inside a house marked with 6s. Keisha uploaded a short video on YouTube, singing a soft lullaby to her baby. At first glance, it's heartwarming. Gentle music, a smiling child, the kind of scene that feels safe and ordinary. But look closer. In the baby's tiny hand is a small brush, and suddenly, pulled away as if an invisible hand snatched it. Keisha didn't notice a thing while filming. The movement is quick, subtle, almost easy to dismiss, but for anyone watching frame by frame, it's impossible to ignore. Something unseen reached in, right under their noses, in a moment that should have been completely innocent. What starts as a routine urban exploration quickly turns into one of the most dangerous situations ever captured in this niche. Jared, from the channel Jared Coca Urbex, heads into a massive abandoned dog treat factory in Wichita, Kansas. The place is untouched. Equipment, rooms, documents, everything frozen in time. But while he's documenting the interior, the trip takes a sharp turn. From a high window, Jared notices a red car roll up to the property. The driver unlocks the gate, drives inside, then locks it behind him. No announcement, no warning, just a vehicle sealing off the only easy exit. Jared immediately realizes he's trapped with someone he knows nothing about. He begins moving through the building in complete silence, trying to stay out of sight. Every room becomes a potential escape route. Every shadow becomes a hiding spot. For 20 straight minutes, he's navigating stairwells, hallways, and rubble, trying to get out without crossing paths with the man now patrolling the property. Eventually, he finds an opening. The outside looks clear. He commits. But as soon as he steps out,
I don't like being out in the open like this. Whoa, whoa.
Stop right there.
Whoa.
Who else is with you?
Oh, it's just me.
a man armed with a shotgun appears from behind a tree. Jared freezes. The gun is already raised. The man closes the distance and demands to know who else is with him. Jared insists he's alone. The man orders him to sit and tells him to put on a pair of handcuffs he's been carrying. The conversation that follows is tense and surreal. The man claims he regularly confronts trespassers and that if people run, he fires.
What's going to happen is the police is going to come and then you take your name and they'll get you for criminal trespassing. It's nothing these days. A lot better than me shooting you, isn't it?
Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
What'd you shoot at?
Shoot it. See people, I shoot at them. If they run, you shoot. There you go.
Jared has no idea what this man is capable of, but he does exactly what he's told, hoping the situation doesn't escalate. The man says police will arrive to handle the trespassing charge. Then he loads Jared's camera bag into his trunk and has him get into the car. They drive to the front of the factory to wait. It takes well over an hour for officers to show up. When they finally arrive, they separate the two men and get both sides of the story. Jared cooperates fully. The officers place him under arrest for trespassing, while the armed man remains at the property. But before Jared is even processed at the county jail, a call comes over the radio, a shooting at the same abandoned factory. 2 more explorers had approached the location, and gunfire was reported. According to later information, the rounds were non-lethal pellets, and the 2 victims survived with minor injuries. Police return to the scene and take the shooter into custody. After Jared is booked, photographed, and held for paperwork, he's released in the early hours of the morning. It's the kind of incident that exposes the unpredictable, high-risk reality behind urbex. You expect rusted staircases, weak floors, dangerous air. You don't expect a confrontation with a man carrying a gun. This was exploration gone wrong in the most literal sense. This next video was uploaded by a YouTube user known as The Flying Haulucha and was filmed inside his grandmother's house in England on New Year's Eve, just before the start of 2019. According to him, strange things had been happening in the home for a long time, long enough that he admits he never really questioned them until this night. The video begins on the stairs. A cross hanging on the wall suddenly shifts on its own. Almost immediately,
What the hell was that? Jeez, someone just moved it. Just did a bang. Jesus Christ. Look, you can see this is like... You can see there's nothing on it. God, it must have been heavy to be able to move that. Scary. What the hell?
What's that?
Santa fell.
What did that fall on?
It fell from there.
What did it break?
Nothing's broken. It just fell from there. It was literally there.
Objects begin falling from shelves. First a Santa toy, then a birthday card. As this happens, his grandmother is standing right beside him, and she doesn't react. She continues tidying up, focused on her own task, as objects fall around her. When her grandson points it out and asks her to look, she ignores it completely. Not confused, not frightened, just uninterested, as if this is something she's learned not to acknowledge. As he keeps recording, more items are thrown, not all at once, one by one, directed toward the space they're standing in. Still, his grandmother doesn't stop what she's doing. She doesn't even turn around. At one point, he hears something from the stairs. He turns the camera toward them, but nothing is visible and no sound is picked up by the recording. When he comes back and asks his grandmother if she said something, her reaction is immediate and uncomfortable.
Nan, you sure you didn't see
Shut up,
that?
Nathan. Shut up. Don't talk to me about it. I don't want to know about it. I'm not interested.
She tells him to stop. She tells him she doesn't want to talk about it. She says she isn't interested. Her tone isn't angry, but it's firm, almost defensive, like someone shutting down a conversation they've had too many times before. In the description of the video, he explains that this behavior wasn't unusual, that his grandmother often tried to ignore what was happening. A year later, he uploads another clip. This one is quieter, more reflective. He's sitting with his grandmother, asking her questions submitted by viewers. As they talk, something else becomes noticeable. Behind her, a Santa toy sits on a shelf. Throughout the entire conversation, its arm moves repeatedly. It continues moving while neither of them reacts to it. What makes this footage unsettling isn't the objects being thrown, it's the contrast. One person witnessing something they don't understand, and another person who seems to understand it well enough to look away. A TikTok user who works at a small clothing store decided to check the security footage after hours. Nothing unusual, just routine review. But then he saw this. A customer is browsing through the shirts, totally unaware, and right beside his legs, something darts into view for barely a second. Freeze the moment and look closely.
Look right here. Look right here. Right here. Look, watch. What is that? What is that? And it's just gone, bruh. Look at this shit. It's there, and now it's not. It's there, and now it's not, bruh. What is that? Bruh. What is that? What is that?
It's small, tiny, maybe 20 centimeters tall, humanoid shape, quick movement, and gone before you can even blink. Most people would shrug it off as a glitch or shadow, but the shape is too defined, too deliberate, almost like it knew how to avoid being fully captured. And here's where things get weird. Creatures like this show up in folklore all around the world, small, human-like beings that lurk in hidden places. The Irish talk about cluricauns, mischievous spirits that hide in cellars and steal from shops. Scandinavian stories mention Nisa, tiny household guardians known to appear and vanish in an instant. In Latin America, there are legends of duendes, little figures that slip between shelves and corners when no one's looking. Whatever name you give them, the behavior is the same. They show up where humans gather, keep their distance, and disappear the moment they're noticed. So what exactly did this store capture? A young woman and her mother run a small daycare inside their home. They're used to noise, laughter, toys dropping, kids running around. But one day, their CCTV camera caught something no one could explain. You see the kids playing like usual, when one little boy suddenly runs out of a room screaming. The mom rushes over, thinking maybe he fell or someone pushed him. She checks inside the room, nothing there. Then, while she's still in the room, a plastic playhouse, one of those heavy toddler ones, suddenly tips over and crashes face first on the floor. No one near it, no strings, just boom. She comes back out to check the children. Everyone's fine, just shaken. When the video hit TikTok, people in the comments noticed something she hadn't. Right above the door frame, where that boy came running out, you can see what looks like fingers gripping the top of the frame. And the moment the boy starts screaming, those fingers retract back inside the room. That's when the girl posted a second video, showing the room, explaining that people online had spotted it, and saying how heavy that plastic house actually is.
So, firstly, we have, the house, and obviously you guys saw that it fell, but the other thing I wanted to point out was that it's pretty hefty, so it really doesn't make any sense that it would just fall on its own like that. So that's just something I wanted to point out. Then this is the room. The crazy thing about this is that there was like markings at the top of the entranceway of like the doorway, and I guess in the video you can see hands gripping onto the doorway.
Then she walks inside, showing the setup. There's a small mirror covered with a blanket. She says they keep it covered because the same boy told his mother that he saw a face inside it right before he screamed.
Apparently, the little boy told my mom that he saw a face in these mirrors. We already found someone who's going to take it off our hands and pick it up off Facebook Marketplace, but we have been keeping this room off limits.
Days later, it gets worse. The baby's safety gate on that same room starts opening by itself on camera. So she grabs her phone, starts recording live.
Holy shit. That's fucking creepy. Do it again. Like, yeah, okay. Do it again. I'll wait.
She goes in, turns the light on, closes the baby gate herself.
Do it again.
And dares the entity to do it again.
Open the gate.
A small hand seems to reach out from under the cover, pushing the fabric upward for just a second, like something trying to make itself known. A few days later, she sets up walkie-talkies, one inside the closed room, one with her, and through the speaker, you can hear crackling, tapping, faint rattling sounds.
You guys heard that, right? That was this. Oh my god. I am not... Wow. I swear to God. Now it's not gonna do it again, but...
When her mother walks in to remove the one from the room, the noise instantly stops. They put it back inside, and the clicking starts again. So what do you think? Was there really something in that mirror? The same thing the little boy swore he saw that day? Or was it all just a coincidence caught on tape at the wrong time?